everyone, it's your girl Maddie here, aka Beaver Mosh, here today to talk to you about the Secrecy from the Czech band Skála. And this one comes off of Eternal Death Records. Now, Skála, on this debut record from this project, creates a very promising black metal release, which is very rich in sonic detail. And it's a black metal release that definitely leaned into the more atmospheric side of black metal. This band incorporates some pagan black metal elements and some real pensive melodicism. Throughout the record, Skála really demonstrates an understanding of mood. And throughout this record, they are very varied in how they present that utilization of mood and take you into different sorts of them. On the opening track here, Penitency, you get these real elemental riffs that have this earthiness to them. It takes on a real mournful and meditative tone to the guitar. The vocals are scorched and brimming with gloom. Incorporate some nice, clean guitars here as well that are really shining in reverb. The guitar has more of a utilization of the mid-range of its sound here, not quite falling into that typical very trebly sound you are used to hearing in black metal guitar playing. On Spirit, you get these racing tremolos and these fierce blast beats. I love how the vocals are mixed here. They're not too far back in the mix to where they lose presence. But at the same time, the vocals are pushed not too far in the front, and in that way it really puts forth and maintains this raw and all-encompassing mystery in it. It's really encapsulating. I love the really stompy medieval passages on this one that definitely really emphasize and lean into that pagan tag you can definitely throw on to the Secrecy. You get these grim, ceremonial melodies. There's just a lot of hidden detail that kind of comes at you more and more as you spend more and more time with this record and really dive into its very rich complexities and array of sounds. The title track opens up with this very triumphal lead that announces this cut with such vigor. You got these throughout these interweaving riffs that just fly around with such a fury. I love the real grandiose spiral melodies that make themselves known on this record. It just sounds so large in scope and impressive to do so on a record such as this one. There's this really raise your chalice in the pub after battle sort of sectioned with these more celebratory, clean vocals. And this track closes out with some methodical, slow fist pumping strums, and that leads into this really roaring solo. It's a good way to stick the landing for this track. On Moss and Mountain, this track takes on a much more somber and brooding approach. And the way they put this track on the track listing works really well strategically. It's kind of a bridge between the early sort of introductory, very intense bits and kind of the finale that's coming after this track. You get this swaths of melancholic, drenched guitar and sound, and these steady drums envelop around you as a listener. On Bones of Stone, the drums are really impressive and captivating on this cut, with some of these triplet passages thrown throughout that really kind of demand your attention. But at the same time, there are a few passages where the drums stick very in the pocket, and in doing so, they also kind of imagine and sort of present this very old school heavy metal sort of influence that is very welcome on this album. There's also some really open sounding guitar passages that really kind of communicate a sense of dread and dark allure. And the whole album kind of does that, but this track in particular really has that sense going for it. On Unmore, I love the very folksy intro with these galloping clean guitars and these deep pounding bits of percussion. But that's before this track erupts into one of the most enchanting and embattled riffs on this record that pair with these very heavily burdened and war-torn vocal performances. There's these little melodic flourishes as well that kind of sprout throughout the track, while allowing for the track to maintain its grimness and its heaviness. I really enjoy when the cleaner vocals duet with the harsh, streaked vocals. It creates this natural, unforced epicness to this track. This is a black metal release that really kind of maintains the core characteristics of the genre, but also finds its own lane at various passages on this release. And as a debut record, it's kind of vital for a band to do that. This is an album that is not short of its surprises, and it really kind of rests on a keen sense of mournful melodicism. There's an overall sound that works for this record in the tone, in the mixing, in the instrumentation, and just how it's composed. It's a sound that might not work on another record, but the way it's put together here, it is exactly how this record should sound. And the folksy, pagan-y aesthetic really gives the album a liveliness that makes it stand out to me. And if you are a black metal fan, definitely enjoy more of the atmospheric and more melodic takes on the genre, please go check this one out. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more of what I do and be notified of the next video, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and it would mean a ton to me. If you have any thoughts on this record or about metal in general, please leave a comment. I really enjoy reading those and interacting with them. I have a Twitter you can follow. The link to that is in the bio of this YouTube channel. Please keep it metal. If you've been watching these videos up to this point, you know my name is Maddie, aka Beaver Mosh. Signing off.